Let me take you into a moment, not a dramatic moment, not a life-changing moment, just one of those quiet, forgettable moments we have. You're sitting in a room, maybe at work, maybe you're with friends, maybe in a creative space. Someone says something and an idea comes to your mind, a perspective, a truth, a spark. You feel the nudge inside of you, that gentle whisper saying, say it, share it. This is your moment. But then something even louder rises up. I call it the inner hater. Man, don't make this awkward. Don't draw attention to yourself. What if it's not good enough? They're gonna be looking at you crazy. What if you're not ready? So you shrink back, you swallow the voice, and you tell yourself, it's not a big deal, someone else will say it. But here's the truth that most will never see. That moment wasn't small, that moment was your life. Because it is moments that build identity, and your identity that builds your destiny. And the thing is, we don't become small overnight. We become small one silenced voice at a time, one avoided opportunity at a time, one next time at a time. And here's the cost, the hidden cost. Playing small doesn't just hurt you. It hurts the people who needed the version of you that you're becoming. Today, in the final part of the Hidden Cost series, we're gonna talk about the price of shrinking, the price of hiding, the price of minimizing your gifts, your power, your voice, and your presence. And most importantly, we're going to talk about the identity shift that frees you from all of that. Let's be honest. Most people don't play small because of humility. They play small because they're afraid. Afraid of being seen, afraid of being judged, afraid of being responsible for their own greatness. Maybe even afraid of giving others expectations to hold them to. And the world applauds smallness, doesn't it? Stay safe, be realistic, don't ruffle feathers, don't make people uncomfortable, don't stand out. And we've been conditioned to believe that shrinking is the polite thing to do. But the truth is, shrinking is self-betrayal dressed as humility. And the cost is enormous. Here's what playing small steals from you: your confidence, because confidence comes from expression and action and not hiding. Your opportunities, because doors open when you step up, not when you step back. Your identity, because your brain starts to believe the silence. Your future, because your calling cannot be fulfilled while you're half alive. Playing small isn't harmless, it's costly. So I stop and ask you, what's one area of your life where you've been shrinking? I read a story about Maya. Maya had a gift, a real gift. She had a way of communicating ideas with warmth, with depth, and with clarity. Every time she spoke, people leaned in, but she didn't see it. She dismissed it. Said things like, I just talk, nothing special. Said things like, I don't have anything valuable to share. I'm not ready to be a leader. One day during a team meeting, a problem came up, one that Maya had the exact solution for. She felt the idea burning inside of her. But as we do, Maya stayed quiet. Later that week, Maya calls her mother and begins to tell her the story. Mom, let me tell you what happened at work. So she begins to tell her mother the basics of what happened and the idea that she had. And when she finished, she said something that stuck with her for the rest of her life. She said, Mom, I realized that people weren't waiting for someone else to step up. They were waiting for me, and I wasn't there. That sentence hits different because here's the truth. Our callings aren't about us. Your gift is not for you. Your voice is not just yours. In fact, it is your courage that creates oxygen for others. So when you shrink, someone else suffocates. Someone needs your leadership. Someone needs your perspective. Someone needs your story. Someone needs the very version of you that you keep postponing. And when you play small, it's as if the world gets smaller too. That's the hidden cost. And what I want you to realize is there's a price you pay every time you silence your power. You don't notice it at first. It doesn't hurt like failure. It doesn't sting like rejection. It's subtle, quiet, and almost invisible, but slowly it eats at you. And every time you shrink, you disconnect a little more, from the person that you could be. You feel it when you walk away from a conversation and think, man, I should have said something. You see someone else doing what you know you're called to do, and you're like, I could be doing that. You go to sleep with that heaviness, knowing that you left something on the table. You feel restless, unfulfilled, or irritated with yourself, and you can't even explain why. Playing small creates an internal tension that never goes away. And the reason it doesn't go away is because deep down, we always know the truth. You might be fooling others, but you're not fooling you. You're frustrated because life is hard. You're frustrated because you're living beneath your potential, and your soul knows it. Most people think they avoid stepping into their power because they're not ready. But here's the truth. You're not staying small because you're unprepared. You're staying small because staying small is comfortable. You've confused comfort with safety. You've confused invisibility with protection. You've confused smallness with neutrality. But smallness isn't neutral, it's destructive. Because every day you stay small, the courage that it takes to grow gets bigger. And the person you could become gets further away. You're not protecting yourself by shrinking. You're limiting yourself, diminishing yourself, suffocating yourself. And the thing that we have to remember is, you don't outgrow playing small by waiting, you outgrow it by stepping. This is the turning point. If you've been watching this series, this is where part 4 meets 1, 2, and 3. Because every hidden cost leads to this moment. You don't break the habit of shrinking through motivation, you break it through identity. So this means that you must become someone who speaks even when their voice shakes. Someone who steps forward before they fully feel ready. Someone who refuses to apologize for being powerful. Someone who shows up because their calling is louder than fear. Confidence comes after movement, not before it. Leadership is something you grow into, not something you wait for permission to claim. And greatness is not for the perfect. Greatness is for the willing. This is who you're becoming, a person who no longer fits in the box that they built to feel safe. I want you to imagine 2 paths. Path 1, you keep playing small, you keep dimming your light, you keep shrinking to make others feel comfortable, you keep quieting yourself to avoid attention. Fast forward 5 years, put yourself mentally there. How does it feel? Heavy, constricting, disappointing, familiar but suffocating? Now imagine path 2. And in path 2, you start speaking up. In path 2, you start owning your calling. In path 2, you start showing up full of energy and start taking space instead of shrinking into corners. You start becoming the person you were meant to be. Fast forward 5 years. How does that feel? Guess what? Both paths cost you something. Playing small costs you your future. Stepping up costs you your fear. But which one are you willing to pay? This is the final part of the series. You've walked through all 4 hidden costs. The cost of good enough, the cost of staying the same, the cost of delay, and now the cost of playing small. And it all leads here, because the final cost is the most expensive one. When you play small, you lose impact, influence, opportunities, purpose, legacy, and most of all, you lose yourself. But the moment you step into your power, even imperfectly, your entire life begins to shift. This is the moment. This is that identity shift. Not I want to grow, not I'm trying to grow. Not maybe one day, but I am someone who grows. I am someone who leads. I am someone who's stepping into everything that they were meant to be. You're not here to take up less space. You're here to take your space. Playing small isn't safe. Playing small is expensive. And it's costly in ways that you can't see until it's too late. You weren't built to be invisible. You weren't built to be quiet. You weren't built to blend into the background of your own life. You were built to lead, to impact, to influence, to grow, and become the version of you that others are waiting on. So here's your challenge. In the next 24 hours, have a moment where you speak up, you show up, you take the risk, you share your gift. Do the thing that you've been shrinking away from. Your future deserves it. Your calling deserves it. And the people you're assigned to deserve it. If you enjoyed this video, drop in the comments, I'm done playing small, and know that this is the end of the series, but the beginning of who you're becoming. Always remember that growth is a journey. It's not a destination. I'm in it with you, and I'll see you on the next one.